Power rankings are posted every Tuesday at noontime Eastern or thereabouts, and on Wednesday we discuss them. And a shakeup, even though the Saints won, the Seahawks won, and the Packers won, they all dropped by one.
Whoa!
Because the big move,
Whoa!
King Me 49ers, jumping everybody up to the top to number 2, not number 1. I wasn't crazy. I wasn't going to put them in front of the Patriots, but they're close, Chris.
They
gotta
are.
give them, and look, you've influenced me because you've always said pretty much every week the 49ers are too low. The 49ers are too low. And I thought you were just, doing a favor for your friend Kyle Shanahan. But after what they did to the Rams, I could no longer deny it. And none of the other wins for the 3 teams that were in front of them were nearly as impressive. To have short week against a team that had extra days and extra motivation and desperation time to go in and beat them the way they did, 49ers go to number 2. I didn't give serious consideration about making them number 1 because I think if you're number 1, you got to lose that spot. But they're right there.
They are right there. And again, I didn't pick the 49ers to go to the playoffs. I mean, what a bad friend I am. But I was scared about Jimmy Garoppolo, really. And maybe the jury's still out a little bit on Garoppolo because he hasn't really had to have that moment yet where he's got to carry the team, the defense, the run game. Everything's been somewhat easy for him as far as that's concerned. But, Mike, I give you credit, man. Way to go, because I think they clearly are the second best team. And, for the last 2-3 weeks, I know I've been trying to say, like, the 49ers are going to be in this first-round bye conversation. They're that good. They're not going anywhere. They're not. They got 13-3, 12-4, maybe even better written all over themselves right now, and I'm with you. I think they are in a little bit of their own cream of the crop with just them and the Patriots. And, you think of the Patriots, you go, well, they haven't really played anybody yet. And you can look at the San Francisco 49ers and go, oh, no, they've played people. The Browns aren't slouches. I mean, they did go to Baltimore and, whoop the Baltimore Ravens. They beat the Rams last week on the road. The Steelers, yes, I mean, they were a pain in the butt that game. The Buccaneers early on in the year, I mean, we've seen that they got a little potential. So the 49ers have done everything to prove us that they deserve to be your number 2 team. Good job by you, Michael James Florio.
Now, here's the thing. After the 49ers, right? Well, after the Patriots, rather, the top AFC team, you've got 4 NFC teams, and I think that kind of fits our perception of the difference between the AFC and the NFC. Patriots far and away the best team in the AFC. I don't know who the second best team is, but you know who it is in the power rankings?
Bam.
It's the Buffalo Bills at number 6 behind those 4 NFC teams. They moved up 2 spots without playing, Chris. The Ravens jump up to number 7. They now have Marcus Peters. I don't know whether that puts them in the conversation to be the second best team in the AFC. Do you think that makes them the second best team in the AFC, having Peters?
No, I don't. I'm not going to throw that out there yet. I do think it will help their team. It's a bold move. They didn't give up a ton to take a chance on a guy that certainly has talent. Maybe not been as good the last 2 years as we'd like him to be, but he is still really good. He fits the attitude of that Baltimore Ravens team, and I think the big thing they did there is we can't rush the passer. We're a slow team. We need our slow defense especially. We need our corners, a.k.a. Peters and Marlon Humphrey and Brandon Carr and maybe Jimmy Smith when they get back. They're going to have to play some man-to-man, and we're going to have to be creative with the other guys on the back end. But good for you with the Bills, too, Mike. Way to go. Because the Bills, their defense is phenomenal, as you've said, and I don't think we've seen the best from their offense yet either. I mean, they're winning with Josh Allen making a bonehead or 2 mistakes every game. And I think that's really encouraging for Buffalo because the kid's smart. He's going to figure this out and how to rein it in at some point. And we know he's got talent. And when they kind of all get that all together, watch out for Buffalo in the AFC.
Quick summary then of the top 10 for the radio crowd. Patriots 1, 49ers 2, Saints 3, Seahawks 4, Packers 5. We mentioned the Bills at 6, Ravens 7, Texans up to number 8 after beating the Chiefs, who fall to number 9.
Yep.
Panthers at number 10 at 4-2, just outside the top 10. A team that I had outside of the top 20 a couple of weeks ago, but they've won 2 in a row. They're now number 11, the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, whoa, yeah, baby, Kirk Cousins. Ooh, you didn't want to. I like though that you did not want to put them in the top 10. How close was it between the Vikings and the Panthers there to make you go which way there? What was the deciding factor of putting the Panthers at 10 and making the Vikings 11?
The Panthers are on a 4-game winning streak, and I think that the Vikings at Detroit this weekend is where the 2-game winning streak is likely to end. But if they beat the Lions this weekend, then I'm going to have to reevaluate my thoughts on all of this. on whether or not they're going to be 7-7 after 14 games going into Packers-Bears at home for a playoff berth. Maybe they will be better than that. Maybe they will be closing in on that playoff berth when they host the Packers a couple of days before Christmas on Monday Night Football. But look, they still have to win a game they're not supposed to win before I'm going to be a believer. And I think this weekend at Detroit, I don't know what the point spread is. It feels like a game they're not supposed to win, and the Lions are going to be extra salty after what happened on Monday night. I got the Rams at number 12. They fell 5 spots from number 7. The Cowboys at number 13. They're down 4 from number 9.
Yeah.
Eagles at 14. Eagles and Cowboys get together this week. Bears are at 15. They were in that 3-way cluster last week.
Did you mess up right here? Seriously, did you mess up?
How'd I mess up? How?
Well, the Raiders just dominated the Bears, and you put them a spot below. That's how you messed up.
That's how I had it last week, though. I had the 3-way tie. You could flip the 2.
Okay,
you can
good.
Flip the 2.
Flip the 2.
It doesn't matter.
Wrong. At least you got away from that tie. I mean, that stupid tie you had last week. Oh my gosh. That was one of the worst power ranking flubs of all time that I've ever seen.
No, it wasn't. It made absolute sense. It was logical. It was sensible. And I take your scorn as a badge of honor. All right. The Colts at 17. They were unchanged. Lions down to 18. Steelers up from 24 to 19. There's a bunch of 2-4 teams. You know, there's too many 2-4 teams.
Yes, there is.
Or worse. And then down at the bottom, the Dolphins are back in 32 after losing to the previous number 32 team, Washington. Dolphins own the 32nd spot, and I have a feeling they're going to be there for the rest of the 2019 season, although I think they play the Bengals at some point. That may end up being the Tank for Tua Bowl when those two teams get together.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.